What is going on, guys? It's me. We're back with some good news, and tonight we're going to be talking about the best things about Barcelona versus Manchester United, where Manchester United has moved on for the round of 16 of the UEFA Europa League. This is going to be a little bit of a short video because I'm going to be talking only about one match, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch any other matches. The Europa League, I'm sorry, I can't really keep an eye on just as much as I can with the Champions League, obviously, because it's a less important tournament. But we got to talk about the greatest matchup of the Europa League, and maybe even the greatest matchup in Europa League history. We had Manchester United winning 2-1 versus Barcelona. They had a tie back in Barcelona last week, 2-2, and Manchester United has moved on. So, what's good about it? First of all, let's talk about Barcelona. They had a very good game for a team that were missing pretty much all of their midfield. Sergio Busquets played very, very well for someone who is just returning from a very serious injury. Gavi and Pedri were out, but we have had a very good game for Frankie de Jong. Obviously, Kessie wasn't as good, but um, I really want to focus on how Frankie de Jong played very well for Barcelona, and we really need to focus on that when you are looking about uh, when you're looking at what Barcelona has done good for this game, and we got to be very happy about it because obviously you really want to have a good backup center mid, and eventually when Sergio Busquets does retire, maybe you could try to have those three at your midfield. I know you're trying to get rid of him, but he's a very good player. Maybe the idea of keeping him shouldn't be that bad. Okay, so now moving on to Balde, a player who played very well tonight. He was the one who suffered the penalty for Barcelona. I loved how he was playing a little bit as a winger because Sergio Roberto was the starting left winger for them, but he stayed a little more at the midfield, let Balde run ahead a little bit, and those three center backs on the lineup were going to take care of the left back position while Balde was ahead. And it worked really well for the first half. He did a very, very good game in the first half. Obviously, in the second half, Man United came back a little better and Balde wasn't able to be that effective. But you gotta love how good he played on the first half. Okay, so I believe that's pretty much it for Barcelona. And then Man United. Before the penalty, they were playing super, super well. You love to see it. The pressure, man, it was so high and so good. I was like, bro, they're never gonna be able to hold up the whole game with that. And even though they failed a little bit in the rest of the first half, they did kind of hold up for the rest of the game because, like, you saw at the end of the second half and they were still pressuring super, super high. So you gotta love the resilience for this team. Another thing I really noticed, I was listening about the fact that Pep Guardiola didn't care that much about the tie last night versus Red Bull Leipzig, and Eric Ten Hag does care. You can see how much he cares when he's outside of the field. It's a beautiful thing to see. He's a coach that really cares. He really has transformed Man United, and you can really see that players really, really feel like they are in a group. It's a beautiful thing to see. You gotta love to watch what's been going on in Manchester this season. Um, Another player I really want to talk about is Anthony. Anthony is finally back, and what better way to be back than with a very beautiful goal he scored at the beginning of the first half. I right now I can't remember if it was the first or second one, but it was a very important goal. Obviously, they wouldn't have qualified without it, and you gotta be really, really happy to see Anthony come back and score a very important goal. Um, I'm not a big fan of Man United. I don't know if you guys know that already, but I am Brazilian, so the fact that I can see a Brazilian player be so decisive and so good is very, very important to me. By the way, let's talk about two other Brazilians, Fred and Casemiro at the midfield. They were absolutely unstoppable. They were everywhere. You really can't get past Casemiro, bro. It's honestly insane. He is the best center defensive mid I have ever watched, and I don't think I'm gonna watch a better one anytime soon. Okay, he is so good. He's a legend. He's a legend for Real Madrid, and I believe there's still time for him to become a legend for Manchester United too. He is so good, and there's absolutely nothing bad to say about him. He is absolutely insane. And Fred has got his problems, of course. I just said I'm Brazilian. You all know what I'm talking about, but we're not talking negativity here. We're going to talk about positives, and he scored a very good goal, very beautiful goal. But that's not only it. He was everywhere in the field. He was stealing balls all around. He is the player for chaotic games, and it's beautiful to see. Whenever you're going crazy, whenever you need a little bit of extra energy, Fred's the one to give you that. So beautiful thing to see. And last, but definitely not least, I want to talk about the Sandro Martinez. Wow. Wow, what a performance. In my opinion, he was the man of the match. I do not know if he was awarded that. I didn't really search for who was the man of the match in that game, but Lisandro Martinez definitely was it for me. It's insane, bro. It's insane what Lisandro Martinez did. Honestly, bro, do you guys remember that Lewandowski is like one of the best players in the world? Do you guys remember that? Because he is. Yes, he is one of the best players to ever play this game. But Lisandro Martinez, I don't think anybody told him that because he literally stopped Robert Lewandowski. He was insane. Like every time the ball came close to him, he would steal it. Honestly, bro, if it wasn't for the penalty, Man United wouldn't have gotten scarred on because like Lisandro Martinez was just everywhere. It was impossible to get past him. It's insane. It's a beautiful thing to see. I think Lisandro Martinez has everything to be one of the best center backs in the future of our sport, and it's wonderful to see. I really gotta admire that. He did great for Argentina. He's doing great for Man United. And even though I'm not a Man United fan, I can't help but hope he has a very good career ahead of him. Um, and one thing I really want to talk about that's a little bit of a curiosity. I don't know how it goes like in Europe or North America, but in Brazil, especially, we usually have this tendency to think that Argentinians are more like hot headed and they're gonna be like more explosive, and you really don't want to fight them, or you really do. It depends on your personality, but um, they want to fight. That's when I would say a little bit of a discrimination, but that's not even the point. Um, it was kind of insane for me to see how he was like one of the main guys trying to set that fight apart. I think you know what I'm talking about. When Bruno Fernandes kicked the ball on the young, so and he was like one of the main players trying to break this fight apart, and it's I mean it was just curious for me. So if you guys know this fame, maybe you guys thought it was curious too. And I love to see it, man. I love to see players that are a little more calm, on the field. And yeah, guys, I think that was it. I'm not gonna be editing this video because honestly, I wasn't even gonna record it because I didn't know exactly what positive to say about this game and was a little bit down because I really love Barcelona, man. I actually I just came back from there like a week ago, and when I say like a week ago, it was exactly a week ago. I wasn't playing this time last week, um, and by the way, I wasn't in the game. Like my plane flew right after the game started. Like there wasn't even time, but that's not even the point. Um, I'm not gonna be editing because I was a little down, so it's a little late in my hometown. I'm just gonna post this video the way it is. Probably gonna go. No, I'm not even gonna put a song because it has such huge problems. I'm just gonna get a thumbnail, and hope you guys like it. You see, I've been posting a little bit more of Reels and TikTok and Instagram. So if you guys enjoyed that, please support me. And let's go. Let's be positive. Let's think about the best things in life in soccer.